my God. Well, can I just blame it all on my husband? That'd be okay?
I think that's what we do. You just met mine.
Yeah, my husband's name is Chris as well, by the way.
Oh, no.
Yes. So, the long story short is we failed. That's what happened. We failed. My husband went for his dream and wanted to open a restaurant. And the first one was successful. And then, like complete morons, we ignored everybody's advice. Everyone's advice. Because when things start to work, you gaslight yourself into thinking they're always going to work. And then you start to go, I don't want to dilute myself. And, we're going to get friends. And so we cashed out our life savings. 401ks, kids' college savings. We have 3 kids under the age of 8 at this point. And we get a home equity line. That's free money. Find credit cards, cash them out. That's free money. And what happened is a very, very, very predictable thing that happens in the restaurant business, which is when you start to expand, you better be rigorous about the formula that's working. They had park and walk downtown, 40 seats. The second location, which seemed like a dream, was a different type of location. It was a strip. It had a big anchor tenant that was very high end. It had a lot of other high end stuff. But park and walk is a different psychology in a suburban town than a big strip that people are driving past commuting wise. And it was a little bigger than the first one. And so, you know this in hindsight. But so the second location, it was double the cost. It took twice as long to build. So by the time the second location was actually open, there was no money left for the third location, which they had signed a lease that had the percentage of profits, a cost plus lease on it, which that'll kill your retail business. And within 6 weeks, they knew the second location was a dog. And then on top of it, we live in the Northeast. This was in the Boston area. There were 5 nor'easters. 5 nor'easters. And if you're living in an area where you don't have snow, that means the abominable snowman turns into a blizzard, blows through your town, and shuts things down for 3 days, which means nobody's getting paid. No cash registers are ringing. And by the way, this was 2008. So if you don't know what that means, recession in the U.S., housing market turns upside down. We have secured everything with our housing market. And God, we found ourselves in this situation where we were $800,000 in debt. Credit cards maxed. The home is upside down in equity. Liens hit the house. And if you're somebody that goes into business as a dream, you are a dreamer. You have a big vision for yourself. You've probably made a vision board and written the business plans. And, you have this idea of what you think it's going to be. Nobody makes a vision board and plasters an image of divorce and alcoholism and bankruptcy and a closed restaurant on it. But when it happens, if you're in business, I'm going to tell you something. You will fail. You will lose money. It is going to test you. It is the price of entry. It is you against you. And in the hindsight, you will see that you made some dumb mistakes. You can learn from them. And in hindsight, it's very easy to tell this story. When you're in the thick of it, oh my God. I lost my job. By this point, the kids are 10 and under. The liens hit the house. Codie, the bills were piled up on the counter. I didn't even open them. And if you've ever struggled financially, the certain kind of shame and pain that comes from seeing bills arrive that you can't pay. And so this moment of my life, it was what the type of stress that you feel when you have no money is a crushing, grinding, unbelievable amount of stress. And here's the other thing, Code. I knew Chris and his partner were doing everything they possibly could. Like some of it was just kind of decisions that in hindsight we would have done differently. Other stuff is just life's unfair. Things happen. There's so much out of your control. And I also, in this period of my life, one of the things that I turned on Chris. Like I literally turned him into the enemy, because when you face a breakdown like this in your life, especially when, you can't make payroll. You've got vendors showing up and you're hiding in the bathroom. You are coming home and your spouse is angry at you. This poor guy, when I think about like the fact that I was so scared, and it's easier to be angry than it is to be afraid. So my story begins at the age of 41. I had been a lawyer. I had done the startup thing. I had mild success. My husband and I, the first business that we ever had, it was a paint your own pottery franchise, like one of those places that you take your kids.
Totally.
Completely lost money on that.